Hi, welcome to BetSafe. My name's Alan McInally, ex-professional football player and Sky Sports Soccer Saturday pundit, and with me as ever, Paul Dickov, Manchester City and Arsenal striker. We're coming to you from the Etihad, bringing you BetSafe's Premier League preview, Week 9. Remember, BetSafe, the official betting partner of Manchester City. Paul and I, every week, for the last 8 weeks, have given you our trebles, Champions League and Premier League, and we'll try and do this again this week too. A little bit of housekeeping rules for you as if you needed reminding. Remember, if you have a bet all season long, this is, on a correct score on Manchester City and the game finishes in a score draw, you will get your money back guaranteed from BetSafe. And the other one is, if you're a new customer, where have you been for the last 8 weeks? You have a £10 bet on my treble, Paul's treble, or anything of your choice. Then if you have a £10 bet, BetSafe will give you £20 absolutely free. All right, buddy?
I'm good, mate.
Fresh from a treble last weekend.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Back-to-back ones coming up, mate.
Big
hopefully.
41. I sneaked one in the Champions League, which was quite good. Okay, we'll get into it right away. Paul's treble, starting with Arsenal against Middlesbrough. You've gone for Arsenal. I mean, they're short, but they should win. It's a nice little starter for you.
They are in Arsenal on fire, scoring lots of goals at the minute. Middlesbrough, really struggling. I think it's 8 games now.
Well, I've stayed sort of with them, and
I've wanted to stay with them as well because I
Yeah.
like to look at them early doors. But I just can't see, Sanchez on fire, Theo Walcott, Ozil. They're playing some unbelievable football, and I just think that they're going to have way too much.
Well, they battered Ludogorets
and
midweek in Champions League, didn't they?
I think they could batter Middlesbrough as well.
Yeah, really.
I
Well,
think
they are
there could be a
1-4.
lot of goals.
Just quickly give you the odds. 1-4 Arsenal. The draw's 53-10, so just a shade over 5s. And Borough are 23-2, so basically you're getting 12s around Borough. I wouldn't put you off there. First goal scorer then. I mean, it's difficult to go on. It's very easy why you've gone for Arsenal.
Yeah,
give me a first goal scorer.
Sanchez for me has been
Okay.
outstanding. Obviously there's Walcott, but Mesut Ozil, 3 goals, 2 assists. Assists again last week scoring. But I think him and Sanchez have got great telepathy at the minute, and lots of goals there for me.
Quite an easy one for Paul's first in the treble, isn't it? Just a couple of things I've written down. Arsenal to win 2-0, 14-3, 4-0, 12-1. And if Paul's right, and there will be a bit of a goal fest, then there might be a little bit of value in BetSafe in that one. Your second one, Hull against Stoke. You've gone for Stoke.
Yeah, Mark Hughes and his team got the first win last week. A good win as well. And I just think they could go on a bit of a roll now. Hull, after I think they won 2 of their first 3 games and not won since. So
they got battered by Bournemouth.
And absolutely battered 6-1 as well. And I think Stoke will go there, keep a clean sheet. I don't think there'll be a lot of goals in it, but I could see Stoke nicking it.
Hull 2-1, draw 73, Stoke 29-20. So the odds against Stokes, it's actually a nice little one to throw in with a 1-4 Arsenal. Stoke to win 2-1 if you think it's going to be tight, just maybe get 8s, 41-5, maybe a little bit less than that. And I was going to say to you, number of goals in the game, what do you think? I've got under 1.5 goals is 11-5. So basically what we're saying is
I could see 1-0 Stoke. I can't see Hull scoring. Stoke aren't scoring loads of goals, but I think off the back of their win last week, they'll go there with a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
Hull are struggling at the minute.
Sounds pretty good. Nice one. Second one for Paul. Third one, maybe unsurprisingly, Manchester City against Southampton. You've gone, oh no, sorry, is that right? Yeah, sorry, Man City against Southampton. You've gone for Southampton?
Yeah.
No, you've gone for
After the last
City,
couple of weeks.
Yeah, exactly. You've gone for City. I mean, there's 70-15 on, although it's still better than 1-4.
Yeah, it is. Look, I fancy
And
City.
by the way,
I think it'll be a tough game.
Well, I'll carry on.
Southampton, good form at the minute. But I just think City, off the back, they're getting a little bit of stick. People saying mini crisis. It's not a bad mini crisis when you're top of the league and still have a good chance of getting in the Champions League. But I think it's because they started the season unbelievably well, playing brilliant stuff, and obviously losing to Tottenham. Drawn here with Everton, which...
Does that put a little bit more pressure on Man City to make sure they get the points?
I think there's going to be always pressure on them this year. People are going to expect them to, more often than not, just steamroll teams. Everton came here and done a great job last week, but in all honesty, City should have won the game. City were outstanding.
Yeah, they chances, didn't they?
Yeah, missing 2 penalties. Everton should have been out of sight. Obviously, the defeat midweek against Barcelona is going to hit them hard. But even then, up until Bravo gets sent off, I thought City were well in the game. But they'll be looking to get back on track, especially with being at home.
I certainly think the 4-0 it was not an embarrassing defeat. I mean, Barcelona can beat Indy, but I don't think there was certainly 4 goals in the game, certainly. And of course, with the sending offs, the whole game was really troughs and peaks, wasn't it?
It was.
Most of the 90 minutes.
It was. I mean, up until the send, I thought it was a great game to watch. You know, I thought City held their own for long periods. But look, it's hard enough holding your own with 11 players.
Told you Barca would win. City 70-15 draw, 15-4. Southampton 17-3. So you're getting over 5s in that one. City to win 3-1, 9-1. City to win 4-1, 20s. I'm presuming you think Aguero will be back.
Yeah, I think Aguero will start.
Who takes the pens?
Don't know. Bravo. The goalkeeper team. It's good to be his feet, isn't it?
Just maybe. Maybe. Now you may be surprised in this because I'm certainly not. Although you get 1-4. Was it 1-4? Stoke 29-20, and what was the other one you had? Was City. Sorry, 70-15, 4-1 the treble for Paul. So it's pretty good actually.
Back-to-back
41s will be genuinely pretty good. I quite like that. So Paul's treble: Arsenal, Stoke, and Man City. Mine, however, and I've gone against. I was hoping Sunderland would do all right under David Moyes, but I think they've really stalled big time, and it's West Ham against Sunderland. I've gone for West Ham.
Yeah, and I think it's a great shout. West Ham got a big win away at Palace last
Huge,
week. Massive for them.
And that's probably the one of the reasons why I'm hoping they sort of carry that on.
They go and kick on, but they'll get players. West Ham get players back fit now as well. You know, Cresswell came back in. Pye is getting up to full fitness now. And Sunderland, they would have went to Stoke last week with Stoke's form, really hoping and expecting to get something.
Correct.
And I think that result's knocked the stuffing out of them. And you know, up front, they're really light. Jermaine Defoe's fantastic. But all teams are doing now is keep Defoe quiet, then Sunderland aren't going to score.
I've been a wee bit disappointed in Sunderland. I thought they would have picked up points. I expect them to pick up points when they haven't, basically, and that's why I'm kind of siding with West Ham. I gave Sunderland every chance they can possibly give them back. You can't throw bad money after good. West Ham 5-7. The draw's 29-10. And if you fancy Sunderland, you'll get over 4s at 41-10 on BetSafe, who always give us the bet price. Remember, BetSafe, the official betting partner of Manchester City. I'll put West Ham in 1-0, 19-3, which is just short of 7s, but
I could see Sunderland.
Will it be more than that?
I think so. I mean, I like David. I know David as well.
And,
but I worry for them going down there because I think West Ham, big result last week, and I expect them to kick on there.
So do I, buddy. A shorter one for me this time. Liverpool 3-11. Liverpool to beat West Brom. I know Liverpool only drew with Manchester United. The game was. I mean, I was telling you, Rooney's definitely going to start, but I forgot that Mourinho wasn't actually trying to win the game.
No, he wasn't.
So Liverpool may be a little disappointed they didn't win the game, but I certainly think they'll get back on track against West Brom.
Yeah, well, West Brom have been in decent form recently.
Draw against
Spurs, yep. And, you know, Tony Pulis, one thing he knows is how to set a team up defensively. And he would have looked at United, all right, they've not got the calibre of players that United have got, but seeing how they set up, and I think a lot of teams, a bit like City, now teams are setting up a certain way against them to really try and frustrate them. I think West Brom will go there and do that, but you know, the firepower Liverpool's got, I know it didn't quite happen for them the other night there, but you would fancy Liverpool comfortably.
I think you've explained the game perfectly, because I don't think West Brom have the same capabilities of holding Liverpool the way Manchester United have, and I think you're dead on, Paul. And that's kind of the reason why I've gone for them. I've put in Liverpool 3-1, 9-1 if you think a little bit of 3-1 might, and I also think that West Brom might score because they are dangerous at set pieces, and that's maybe where Liverpool can be not soft, but maybe caught out.
Yeah, and I was critical of West Brom the first few weeks of the season, saying that it didn't have the firepower, but they're scoring goals in a lot of their games.
Yeah.
Mainly hit the nail bang in the head. Set pieces, they are a proper threat. They've got good delivery, they've got height, and they've got people who attack the ball.
I think it'll be tight, but I think Liverpool will just have a little bit too much for them. I am hoping, anyway, I did say I'd give you the odds. West Brom 23-2, so you're probably going to get just short of 12s there if you think West Brom can cause a huge upset and go to Anfield and get the points. Now, my last one is only because last week I did the game for Sky, Chelsea against Leicester. Now, Leicester weren't particularly fantastic, but Chelsea were different class. And Costa, wee man, really was. Apart from you want to strangle him, he was so good. And the game I'm going to go for is Chelsea United, and I'm going to go for Chelsea.
I think that's a great shout. We're
Really?
actually agreeing. We're agreeing a
No,
lot
you're,
today,
not
aren't we?
you're only agreeing because I've gone against United.
Jose back as well, so he'll have
The
something
whole
to
thing's
prove.
bubbling under here. Anything can happen, I suppose, but I'm going to go Chelsea.
Yeah, but I watched the Chelsea-Leicester game and I thought Chelsea were outstanding.
They were, mate.
You know, Conte's went. There was a lot of pressure on them as well from previous results. Conte with his preferred three at the back, with his wing backs as well. Costa, I think he's great. You know,
he was very
he's
good
like Marmite,
at the
and
weekend.
we either love him or you hate him.
Do you know
and
what he was, Paul? He was sharp as a time. He was quick as well.
He was aggressive,
yeah,
direct. I mean, you've got him and you've got Hazard in floating around him as well. I think they could cause United a lot of problems. But like Liverpool, Jose knows how to go to the big teams at big times and get results.
Well, I've thrown in a draw. I've thrown in 1-1, 5-1. So if you fancy a little bit of honours even, 5-1, 1-1, I get with BetSafe. Chelsea to win 2-1, 30.75, and United to win 2-1. I thought if you're a United fan watching BetSafe, it's not just about what I think. You might think United can go there and take the points. You can get just under 12s, 21-2 if United win 2-1. The odds are 23-20, so odds against Chelsea because they're still quite tough. The draw 73, unsurprisingly quite popular, I would imagine. United 13-5.
Another thing I will say is I can't see United setting up the same way as they did at Liverpool.
Well,
I think Jose will want to go there and win, improve a point.
Do you think so though?
Yeah, I do.
Why did he not go to Liverpool and try and win then?
I think he thought if he went to Liverpool and try and win, that Liverpool,
Turn them over.
the form that they were in would turn them over. Now, the way Mourinho is, he'll want to go to Chelsea and win, and I think that'll play into Chelsea's hands.
If he does that, I think it'll be a brilliant game. Actually, we might be looking at maybe over 1.5 goals if that's the case. Certainly in terms of goals, Chelsea look as if they are pretty free scoring. My treble 21-5, so a little teeny drop over 4s, just so I can just beat Paul. So Paul's treble was going to be Arsenal, Stoke and City, and my treble was West Ham, Liverpool and Chelsea for week 9. Now there's a couple other games we need to talk about. I will remind you, of course, if you're a new customer and you fancy a £10 bet on my treble or Paul's treble or your own treble or anything else, if you have a £10 bet, you're a new customer, BetSafe will give you £20 back absolutely free. What we got? Bournemouth against Spurs.
I think that'll be a tough game for Spurs.
Considering Bournemouth scored 6 goals last week.
They did, and playing very, very well. Jack Wilshere against Tottenham as well. We'll spice it up a little bit. I could see that being a draw. You know, Tottenham were brilliant a few weeks ago against City. Disappointing for them, a draw against West Brom, but then picked up a good point against Leverkusen
That's
during
why
the week.
I think they'll need to get. I think they'll need to get a result here.
Yeah.
You know, if people are talking about them in terms of champions, then okay, West Brom we know is difficult. We've spoken about them. Bournemouth are maybe a little bit more freer in play. So surely that should help Spurs.
Yep, it should. And if you look at the last 3 fixtures, obviously City, and then after beating City, going to West Brom, they'll think we've got a great chance. Only picking up a point. Now going to Bournemouth, it puts the pressure on them a little bit.
Absolutely. Next one, Burnley Everton. I mean, Arsenal have scored in what was it, the 94th, the 96th minute against Burnley at Turf Moor.
It'll be tough for Everton.
Yeah, I think so.
You know, they came here last week and picked up a good point, but defended for more or less 95 minutes and looked to hitting the break. Don't think they'll do that against Burnley. And Burnley's record's been, or performances anyway, have been good at home. I could see that being a draw. Yeah,
it's a tough one to call, to be honest. Would I go for Burnley just for the simple reason that they need to get something? And I said that if they're going to stay in the division, it'll be their home results that might get them it. It's a tough one because Everton are actually done pretty well. You're absolutely right. Leicester City against Crystal Palace. Got to say, thumbs up to Leicester City with another fantastic result.
Brilliant. Champions
League. And there was the inevitable headlines, more points in the Champions League than they've got in the league, which was inevitable coming up. It looks as though they're going to get to the last 16, fingers crossed. But a big game for them at home against Palace.
Yeah, and Palace, you know, after a bad home defeat last week, you know, they'll want to go there and try and get something. But for me, look, Leicester at the King Power, I always fancy them regardless of who they're playing against. Great atmosphere, get right up for it. Jamie Vardy looked a little bit back to his best the other night there. I think that's because Copenhagen played a high line and left that space in behind. Slimani, good player, so I fancy Leicester strongly in that one. Bit of pressure on Palace going there now as well.
Yeah, a little bit. I was going to say, I know they've had a couple of better results, but they've still, you know, if Leicester do turn them over, it's back to almost square one.
Looking over your shoulder again.
Yeah, absolutely, And we've got one more, Paul. We have Swansea against Watford. I think this is one of the hardest ones to call, to be quite honest with you.
I do. And look, Swansea possibly could have got something at the game at Arsenal in the end last week, you know, only losing 3-2. Bob Bradley's first game at home. Watford I can't call Watford from week to week. You know, they're erratic in how.
Well, to go to Middlesbrough and win 1-0, maybe away from home suits them.
Yep, it was. And he left the Gallo out and changed it around a little bit. Tough one to call. I'm actually going to go with Swansea. just with
really?
it being the new manager's first home
Right.
game.
Yeah, good idea, to be honest. Okay, I didn't really mention the odds. For Bournemouth and Spurs, it's 29 to 10. Bournemouth. Spurs are 19 to 20. That's a big price. I mean, we were talking midweek 5 to 6 Leicester
I
for
know.
BetSafe gave us. I think 19 to 20. If you think Spurs can go there and win, is an absolute beauty. The other one we'd not spoken about was Leicester and Crystal Palace. Leicester 11 to 10 at home. It's another belting price. But just shows you though, a lot of the bookies might think Crystal Palace might cause them a few problems. The other one was Swansea and Watford. Swansea 5 to 4, by the way.
Yeah.
Were you tempted to put them in your treble?
I just think that the new manager thing coming in, always get a reaction, always get a performance and being at home.
Okay, well that was Premier League Week 9. My treble, I'll just remind you, is West Ham, Liverpool and Chelsea, just a shade over the 4s. And Paul's treble, Arsenal, Stoke and Manchester City. And remember, if you fancy any of them and you're a new customer and you're just watching BetSafe for the first time, this is Paul and Alan McInally saying good luck. Fingers crossed that sportsbook wallet of yours will be bulging after the weekend. And if you have a £10 bet, BetSafe will give you £20 back absolutely free. Good luck to all your bets on Premier League Week 9.